Hi guys, welcome to your quick start guide on editing an Airbnb welcome book in Canva. If you've purchased a product from my Etsy store, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you find the tutorial helpful. If you would like to see my shop, I'll link it in the description below. You'll only need a free Canva account to be able to edit this template or to create one of your own. I will be walking you through it step by step from the very beginning. I'll also timestamp the video in case there's some bits that you want to skip over, but please do stick around in case there are some tips and tricks that might be helpful. Okay, let's jump straight into editing your Airbnb welcome book. I'm going to start off with some Canva basics and then get into some more technical stuff later on. When you open your template, this is the first page you'll see, our main editing canvas. If you'd like to see all of the pages displayed in one, we're going to click on this little 4 squares here on the right hand side bottom. There we go. And you'll see all of the pages in the template displayed over here. And you can select from here what you would like to edit. So I'm going to go back to our covers. You'll see that there are 8 covers that you can choose from. You can select which one you want to use and you can just delete the rest. So our little delete button is over there and that'll get rid of the page. Next up, we're going to want to edit our photos. All the photos included in this template are stock photos. You're free to use them or keep them as is. But if you would like to add in your own photos of your Airbnb unit or apartment, you would go over here to Uploads. And then you can either drag and drop from your desktop straight into the Uploads bar, or you can click on Upload Files. And it's showing on my desktop, so there we go, sample picture. We'll give it a second to upload. And then it's as easy as dragging and dropping the picture. From here, if you want to move the picture, double click it and you can adjust it as you like. And you can also edit the picture by clicking here, adjust, and here you can edit the brightness, contrast as you want. Little tip from me, if you'd like to add some vibrance, that always gives it some punch. If you'd like to change the text or the font, you would come in here and click on the text box. And then we'd click on here to see all of the fonts that are available to us. And you can select one from here. Let's say we want to go with Canva Sans, and then we've got a nifty change all button down here that'll change all the previous fonts into your newly selected font. Right, as you can see, it's currently all in caps. If we want to change that, we come up here to the lowercase uppercase A button, and if we toggle that on and off, it'll change from uppercase to lowercase. And in this menu bar is also where you can select bold, italic, underline, and so forth. If you'd like to change the background color of a page, we'd select the page, and we know it's selected because it's outlined in purple. And then we come up to the rainbow circle over here, and you can select any color you like. Canva will automatically pull through the colors from the photo. So if you'd like to use one of those, they'd be available there. And if you would like to pick your own color, we can use the color picking tool by selecting the rainbow circle and then the eyedropper. And we can go and pick out any color in this picture or any other picture to make sure that your colors match. If you have a specific brand color that you'd like to use, say we want to change it to this lovely cream, we select that, and again we're going to have the change all option over here if you'd like to change all the colors in this document. If you've made a change and you're unhappy with it, you can always just hit the Control Z or the Command Z button on your keyboard, or we've got an undo button over here and it'll be like it never happened. On some of the covers, I've added the option of a personalized logo. I'll show you how to edit that in just a second. We're going to scroll down to this page where I've put a couple of options. It's very easy to edit. You just click on the text and here you can input your own establishment name and your address, and you can change the initial if you like, or you can add or use any of these images. So once you're done editing your name, you just drag over the entire thing and you go group, and then you can resize it bigger or smaller, copy paste it to other pages, move it around, whatever you like. Throughout the template, you'll see that I've included options on multiple pages, so there'll be 2 or 3 options for
for example, the welcome page or the shopping page or the restaurant page. It's just the layout that's different, but the customization is done exactly the same way. So you would just click on a text box here and start typing your message to your guest. Now we've reached the heart and soul of the interactive app-like digital Airbnb welcome book. So this is the main guide page. All of the buttons on here have been hyperlinked to the corresponding pages in the rest of the document, and then all the following pages will have this little home icon at the top that'll take you back to the navigation page. This works by inserting hyperlinks, and I'll show you how to do that. So I've inserted hyperlinks on all of the images as well as on the text, as this will predominantly be used on a mobile device, so we want to make sure that wherever our guests click, they don't miss the link. So how we do that is we're going to right click on the text and we're going to come down here to link. And as I've named all the pages, you can just go down to the page you want to link. You click on location, and there it is. So it'll appear up here in blue. That's how you know the page has successfully been linked. You click done, and as you can see, it's been underlined, which is an automatic function of Canva, but we can remove it by just going up here and clicking on the underline button, and the line is gone, but you can see by the blue location stated there that the link is still active. As you're going through selecting, editing, duplicating or deleting pages, you may run into the following issue. So as I've said, I've linked all of the pages to the guide as is, but say for instance you would like to use a different activities page to the one that I've linked. So I will always link the very first page in that sequence. So this out and about page is the first one that you'll see in the template. So this is the one that I've linked. So if we decide to rather use this out and about page when we want to delete this one, we're going to get a little error notification that says the links to this page will be deleted. That is 100% fine, absolutely nothing to stress about. We click delete, the page is gone, and we now want to rather connect this one, which is page 39. So we click back into our guide, and if you right click on there, you'll see the link is gone. So then we just go back into link and we scroll down. You can also search by page name, and then we link page 39 activities. Done, and we get rid of the underline, and you'll also see that there's 3 links that's been deleted, 3 or 4 links. So I like to link all of the items here so that you can't click anything miss. So the circle, the icon, and the text. I would also at this point strongly recommend testing your digital Airbnb guide before sending it along to your guests. Click it around, give it to a friend, give it to your partner, have them see how it functions, and make sure that all of your links are intact and operational. Hyperlinks are what's going to bring this guide to life. As I said, all these icons here are already linked to the corresponding pages, but there'll be spots to place links throughout this template. As you can see, I've added spots for you to place a hyperlink to your telephone number, email address, or your Airbnb profile for your guests to easily access, and this will also feature heavily in the pages where you'll be linking the shops and the restaurants nearby for easy access. So on this particular page, I've chosen to add the typed out telephone number and contact details, but if you decide to use this page instead, I've added intuitive buttons here at the bottom, and then we would just go through and add hyperlinks to those as well. Canva is pretty smart when it comes to this, so we're going to go right click and link, and then when you start typing a telephone number, it's going to pick up that it's a telephone number, and once you click done, it's inserted this tel colon that'll make it dialable the moment that your guest clicks on it. So it'll be like they're clicking the green dial button on their phone. Then I'm going to jump ahead on this particular function. I'll come back to this page in a second. I like editing by toggling between the main canvas view page and the grid view. So the next page I want to show you is our emergency info page, and I feel like that is where the dial button is really going to feature. So I have all of the crucial information for police, ambulance, fire, anything you feel that you need to put in there for your specific area, but then I've also put the dial button over here. So we're going to go through and do the same. Going to go link and type the telephone number, and Canva's going to pick up that it's a telephone number and add it straight in there. So if your guests run into some trouble, they can literally just click the dial button and they'll be put in contact with the right people immediately. Okay, let's toggle back to the welcome page we were working on. Grid view. This for me is the fastest way to jump between pages on Canva. And then we just double click on the page we want to work on and we're back. So to add your email address, we'd go through the same process again. Right click, link, and then immediately when you start typing an email address, Canva is also going to click that. That is what we're doing. Once we click done, it's going to add the mail to and colon. And then when your guests click that, it'll open the mailing app and they'll be able to send you a mail straight away. If you'd like to delete a hyperlink, right click on it again, you go edit link. And here you can either edit it or hit the bin icon and it's gone. Then the last type of hyperlink that I'd like to illustrate, and this is also going to be applicable for the restaurants and local recommendation pages, is we're going to right click over here, we go link, and then here we can copy paste any URL. So what I'm going to do is pull over this page. We have Airbnb over there, so we're going to select the address, we're going to go copy, and we're going to paste it in there, click done, and your link is active to the website that you've linked. Like I said, that's also predominantly going to feature in your local recommendations pages. We'll just toggle through to them here. As I said earlier, I've included a number of options for you to use. So I quite enjoy these as they just have the one icon that you can then link in the same way. I've grouped them because I've moved them. If you're having trouble accessing the link, it's probably because it's grouped in an image like this. So you would just hit ungroup. And there we have the option to add a link. So in the same way, you would just copy the URL to the local grocery, to the mall, to the supermarket, whatever you'd like to link there, and your guests would immediately be taken to the Google homepage where they'd be able to see the telephone number, the address, get directions, whatever they need. So that's just a very simplified version, or streamlined rather, of integrating that page. I've also included pages where you can type out all the information as well as pop in a hyperlink. So it's 100% up to you which option you'd like to use. Okay, now for the last bit of technical things we like to add to the digital Airbnb welcome book to make it nice and easy for your guests to use. We're going to go through to the Wi-Fi QR code. I find that scanning a QR code is the fastest, easiest way to connect to Wi-Fi, so I like incorporating them here and also on the posters for your guests to be able to connect quickly and easily. In the next slide, I'm going to show you how to find your QR code on both Android and Apple devices, so stick around for that.
So from the home screen, you're going to swipe down from the top, which will take you to settings, or you can go through your settings icon. We're going to tap on the Wi-Fi tab. Tap on the Wi-Fi that you are connected to. It's very important that you are connected to that specific network whilst doing this. Settings. Tap on the one you're connected to and it displays the QR code. From here you can screenshot it and upload it into your Airbnb welcome book. Now I will show you how to generate the QR code for your home network Wi-Fi on an Apple device. So you will find this little shortcuts button, click on that, and then we're going to go to gallery and then shortcuts for accessibility. Click on that, and we're going to scroll through these blue blocks here at the top until we find QR your Wi-Fi. Add to shortcuts, and then we go back to shortcuts here, all shortcuts, and there it is. From here, you would click on it, and it's going to ask you for your Wi-Fi name and password, and it'll generate the QR code for you. From there, you can screenshot it, upload it into your Airbnb welcome book.
Then lastly, I'd like to show you how to generate a QR code from a URL straight inside Canva. So we're going to click on the apps option there. We're going to type in QR code. And the first option should be the black and white one. This is the QR code native to Canva. And you'll just paste your URL in there, generate code, and you've got your unique QR code that can be anything you like, whether it's Wi-Fi or directions or your welcome book. I've also added page numbers to this document. I'm quickly going to show you how to do that and also how to edit the page numbers. This is quite a new function to Canva, so it's not perfect yet, but I will show you what you can do in the meantime. So we click on the text option, we come down here to dynamic text, and we select page numbers. The moment we do that, it's automatically going to add page numbers to all the pages, and we can come in here and select which page numbers we want them to be shown on. So right now I've got all of them selected because the pages will start the numbering from the first page you've selected. So to keep the page numbers accurate, I keep all the pages selected over here, and then I just go through and delete them manually on the pages where I don't want them, like your cover, for instance. You wouldn't need a page number over there. It's automatically going to show up on the bottom right hand side of your page. The only way to edit this is to scroll all the way back up to your very first page, and then here you can click on it, you can change the font, you can change the size, and you can also change the placement. So if you want it in the middle, we drag it to there, and then the rest of the page numbers should follow suit. Now that we've got the Canva basics and the technical stuff out of the way, I would very much just like to walk you through the rest of the design at a more relaxed pace, just to illustrate what I was thinking with which pages, what you can do where. And I think we'll start here. So I have incorporated a couple of pages with house rules. So we've got 6, 8, or 10. And for now they're ungrouped. If you'd like to move all of them at the same time, we can just drag over them, move them as you like. And again, Control Z if you would like to put them back to where they were. I have included these icons at the back, which is kind of integral to the design. I have locked them so that they won't interfere with your editing process, but if you would like to get rid of them, select it there, and we just hit the unlock button, and then you can delete it from there. They are quite faint in this design, but once you pull them up on your phone, they're quite bright because the screen obviously emits some light as well. I have run numerous tests on this, so trust me on this. I know it looks a bit pale there, but it will show up correctly once it's been downloaded. Then onto the room by room description pages. I quite like these so that you can put little descriptions in here if you have specific instructions regarding the TV, if it's a smart TV, where the remotes are, how to operate the fireplace, if there's any activities or things that you have in a cupboard somewhere that you would like to explain to the guests, how to work the air conditioning. So this gives a easier feel to, how to operate the house as is, so that people aren't wondering how to use the coffee maker or the dishwasher or the stove. I've incorporated for all the main rooms, and if you have more than 2 bedrooms, for instance, you can just come through here and hit this 2-page one, and that'll duplicate the page exactly. And you can just go through and say, for instance, make it bedroom 3, and change in all these little details as you like. Then we've got some pages with general information about the property, trash and recycling, pet guidelines, if you have anything specific for people's pets, or there's maybe a nice dog park or a vet close by that you'd like to tag. Public transport, getting around if they didn't drive, what they can do to make their way to the local recommendations. And then I've also added a You Are Here page just so that guests can familiarize themselves with the environment, pop the little star on there. So what I did here is just went into Google Maps and screenshotted a location and then uploaded it as I showed previously on the Uploads tab, dropped it in here, and then you can more or less guesstimate where your property is situated and drop the star in there. And you can also add a location pin in here. So that location that you've used to make the map, you can link it as per the normal hyperlink instructions. Then we've reached the fun bit, getting coffee. You can log all your favorite coffee shops in here, how to make coffee at home. And then we've got some shops nearby, dining out, activities in the area. If you don't want to put 4, you can always just select the last option and delete it, drag across here and center it like that. And then you only have 3 options if that's what you prefer. I've added a nice health and wellness page over here for people who like to keep fit while on holiday or away from home. Salons for the girls or boys, whoever would like to have a little self-care moment. Another option on the out and about pages. These ones don't have hyperlinks, so if you like to keep it simple with just an address, we can do that over there. And then we're onto our emergency page, which I've explained how to add your telephone number of the police, ambulance, fire, so that they can quickly reach that in case of an emergency. And then very important page over here where you can explain where to find the first aid kits, fire extinguishers, flashlights, all those nice safety and emergency protocol things that we require for a rental property. And of course another contact us page just in case they missed the one at the top. Another option for you. And some checkout instructions. These are just the same text box that you can click. You can take one off or add another one in the same way that we did on the previous page. FAQ, you can again just click in here and add whatever you'd like. And our thank you page, and of course the review us page. And again, this is the same hyperlink situation that you would follow. So we would click on link and you'd add your Airbnb profile in there. Same with your website if you have one, your Facebook page or your Instagram, so that they can tag you in their pictures and review. And then at this point, I'd just like to point out a little glitch, I think, in Canva. As you can see, here is a blank page. But if we toggle back to the grid view, there's supposed to be some content there. So the workaround that I found for this is while you're in the grid view, you select the 3 dots, you go duplicate page, and then you'll see that the duplication has actually worked. And then we just go through and delete the blank page. Not sure why this happens, but it does, and that is the only workaround that I've found for it so far. So there we go, all good. Now that we've reached the end of editing our welcome book, I want to show you how to export it so that all the links work. So we're going to come up here to share, click on that. We're going to go download, and then on this drop down menu, we're going to select PDF standard. So PDF standard is very important. This is what's going to ensure all of our hyperlinks stay intact and that the digital welcome book actually functions like an app. And then we're going to make sure all of our pages are in there, 1 to 52, and then we're going to click on download. And then from there, you can share the PDF file via email, messaging app, or you can upload it to the cloud and share a QR code to it if you want to incorporate that into your welcome message.
And that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for being here, for watching the video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you have fun editing your template, and I'm sure it'll come out great. Till next time.